If you've ever browsed the flashlight forums, you would see a lot of people talking about the brand Wurkkos. Anytime anyone ever asks for a flashlight recommendation, everyone always talks about Wurkkos. That got me interested in them, so I reached out to them and they sent me this light to check out. This is called the FC11C, and it's one of their more popular lights. Goes for around $30, and it's a good size for an EDC flashlight. There's some aspects about this flashlight that I really like, but it makes it a bit complicated. There's a lot going on with the modes here, and if you just pick this up and try to use it, it's going to confuse you a little bit about how it works. It's definitely a light you need to sit down and read the instructions on how to use it. But I'm going to go over everything on how this light works. So you just have the one button here, and that's what you're going to use to activate the light. So if you click it once, it's going to turn the flashlight on. This is the low mode, and if you push and hold, it'll change from low, medium to high, and it'll switch between those three as long as you're holding the light. The low mode is 50 lumens for 39 hours, medium is 250 lumens for 7.5 hours, and the high is 600 for 2.7 hours. And it will remember the mode. You can click it on and off and hold it to change the mode again. Now there is a turbo, and that's 1200 lumens for 2.5 hours. To get to the turbo, you actually need to double click the button. And that's stated it has a 2.5 hour runtime. If you click it 3 times, that'll bring you to a strobe mode. So I'll give a flashing light warning here. It's a pretty fast strobe. So 3, it's funny, you can see that second strobe. When the camera looks all weird here, it's actually matching the shutter speed of the camera. It's a really fast strobe. So that's 3 clicks to turn on the strobe, and then just click to turn it off. Now you can actually click it 4 times as well. If you click it 4 times, you'll see that it flashes twice. And if I try to click it again, it'll blink twice. So that's actually a safety mode. If you're transporting it or it's in your pocket and you don't want it to accidentally turn on, you can click it 4 times in, and every time you press it, it will just blink. It'll show you that it's in that mode and it won't turn on. To get out of that mode, you just have to click it 4 times and it'll just turn on to standard. Now you can use it as it was with the 3 modes. But we are still not done with everything. If you hold in the button, it'll give off a tiny bit of light. This is 1 lumen, literally 1 lumen, which is not a whole lot of light. In complete darkness, it's not too bad when your eyes are adjusted to the dark. It's enough light to see around you in a small room or just looking through a drawer and whatnot. But this 1 lumen gets 500 hours of runtime. That's an insane amount of runtime. 500 hours, if we do the calculation, that's about 20 days of constant on a full charge. 20 days of light. It's only 1 lumen, but that is an insanely long runtime. That's easily one of the longest running flashlights. Actually, the longest running flashlight that I have and that I've seen. There might be some more out there, but 1 lumen for 500 hours is a lot. Now, speaking on charging, it's USB-C, and you just peel back this little rubber piece, and you can charge it with USB-C, which they do provide. Now, with this rubber piece in its position, locked in, this light has an IPX8 rating, so it can be submerged like 2 meters in the water. So your waterproofing is going to be pretty good, as long as you keep this rubber on here and it doesn't end up getting ripped off. Got a pocket clip on there as well. I opted for the orange color. It's nice and bright and shiny, so if you end up dropping it, you won't have a hard time finding it. Battery is a Wurkkos branded 18650, 3000 milliamps, 3.7 volt. There's no charging port on the battery itself, so you have to charge the light with the battery in it. And also worthy of mentioning is the light temperature. Might be hard to see on camera, but I opted for the 4000 Kelvin model 4,000 Kelvin is a bit of a warmer light. I think it's more of a natural light, especially at nighttime. It's much warmer, it's much easier on the eyes. If we compare it to this Rovivon light I just recently reviewed, this is a pretty white light. The camera might not do a great job of it, but you can see how much whiter this light is. It's almost bluish compared to this one. This one just kind of looks more natural, where this is a much whiter light. So they make them in all different color temperatures. I just went with the 4000. Thought it would be a nice color. This doesn't have a whole lot of throw to it, so I can't imagine the candela is too high, especially on its highest setting. It's not bad, but it's definitely more of a floody light. In fact, checking the sheet, it looks like the candela for high is around 3000 and 6000 for the turbo, so not super high. It's definitely more of a floody light. Overall, I think the light's pretty decent. It's only around $30, which is a great price. With turbo, you can get up to 1000 lumens, where 50 is not too bad with a really long runtime. There's no momentary on the light. It's just this click button here, which lights up green and lets you know the charge and everything like that while you're charging or when the battery is low. Wurkkos is a Chinese company. They're made in China. I think the quality is pretty decent though, for the price. They have a ton of lights. This is one of their more popular ones. I would definitely like to be checking out more of their lights. I think this is just a nice option for like an EDC light. We'll see how it holds up long term. I haven't had it for that long. But I'm happy I finally got to check out a Wurkkos. I always hear so much about them. So yeah, I mean, they're pretty decent. I like it so far. If you want to check it out, I'll throw a link down in the description to Amazon. But anyways, thanks for checking this video out, guys. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'll see you later.